Hello, hope you've had a beautiful day. You know what? Today I was at the gym and this question came to my mind. I had this question when it happened to me, but today I got deep down into it and I was like, I gotta search about it and understand what's happening, what's going around. Is it just me that feeling it like this way? Or is it some issue that everyone are dealing with it? So the question is about period, about women's body, this natural thing that is happening to all of us, period. I'm a live streamer and a content creator. I have been live streaming for a year and a half now. So in the world of live streaming, first of all, when you go in front of the camera, you can't even talk. You're just like, hi, how are you? Oh, hope you have a beautiful day. Yeah, I'm from Iran. I live in London. I'm 30 years old. Is the only thing that you can say. Then you start to feel more comfortable. Gradually, you start to feel more comfortable. So what happened to me is that as a person who I love camera and I am too much into acting, I started to become comfortable with the camera. So I started to find my own personality in the camera. I started to talk about myself, about my body. And I started to meet different people, different men, different women. What was actually so interesting to me was that when I have a conversation with a man and they tell me, for example, to do this as an entertainment because we are streaming, and I'm being like, oh, I cannot do that because I'm in my period. Or they ask me, how was your day? I say, it has been a good day. A little bit rough because I'm in my period. I start to get some reactions. It's like, or some of them being like, oh, one of them actually once told me, why are you talking about your period? I said, what is the problem? He said, honey, we don't talk about these things in America. I was like, wow. And one of my friends at the same night on the phone told me we talk about these things in America. And I was like, yeah, we talk about these things. We are allowed to talk about these things. And then the other day I was in live stream with another man and he was like, I said, I'm in my period. He said, okay, that's too much of information. And he was like, ugh. And when that man was talking to another man in his stream, he was talking behind my back and he was saying, oh, Anna, because I blocked him because we had some problems, which is not related to this subject. Anyways, he used it against me. He said, oh, maybe she's in her period, that she did block me. She was angry. And I was surprised. Why did he use this against me? He is not even talking about period subject, about any women with that subject. He's talking about me and my period now. Not even in the way that I want it, but in a negative way. He's trying to persuade the other man that the reason that I'm angry is because of my period. How can you be so rude to do that? So I was thinking about this subject in my mind, the way that men get uncomfortable about me talking about the most natural thing that is happening in my body. That was so interesting. I decided to ask ChatGPT. Because I always have this habit of asking my questions from ChatGPT. Actually, ChatGPT that told me that it has got some reasons. First, period talk is a taboo. In many societies, talking about periods is often seen as something private or even embarrassing. This idea comes from old beliefs that didn't understand women's bodies very well and thought of natural things like periods as something to hide. When I read that, I was like, yes, that's right. I had the same thing when I was living with my family. So I have raised up in such a traditional, close-minded family, which wearing comfortable clothes was even illegal in my dad's mind. So I couldn't really be myself. I couldn't wear a t-shirt that is comfortable for me. For example, if a part of my bra comes out, my dad looks at me in a really bad day, like it's taboo, it's illegal, it's the worst thing that I have done in my life. I should be punished for that. And I do remember, like, about this taboo thing that ChatGPT answered me. I remember that once my aunt wanted to go to the toilet, right? And she was literally exploding. I was like, why don't you go and do that? Why don't you go to the toilet? And she was red and she was like, I can't. Your dad is here. He should go out. Then I'd be able to go to toilet. I was like, wow. So you cannot, as a woman, you don't go to the toilet. You're not able to go to the toilet when a man is there. That's wow. So these kind of period talk, I mean, that's kind of the same with the thing that I experienced. That's awful. I cannot even stand that. The second thing, negative reactions. When people react strangely or negatively to you talking about periods, it's because they are not used to it. They might feel uncomfortable because it's different from what they have been taught about what's okay to talk about publicly. So it starts from us. If I tell my child that it's okay to talk about that, then it does not happen to his or her children. It always starts from us. Let's normalize that shit. Let's do it. The third answer that I got, using it against you. Yeah, that guy that used it against me. What was the reason? If someone uses the fact you're on your period to dismiss your feelings, saying you're just angry or upset because of it, that's not fair. It's not fair. It's a way to ignore what you're really feeling or saying by blaming it on your period. This is a sign of not respecting women's experiences and emotions. So, why it's wrong? It's not right to use someone's natural bodily functions as a way to put them down. Everyone's body goes through different things, and periods are a normal part of life for many women. Using that to make someone feel less or to dismiss their feeling is unfair and disrespectful. Changing the conversation. By talking openly about your period, you're helping to change how people think about it. You're showing it's not something to be ashamed of or to hide. These can help everyone be more understanding and respectful about natural bodily process. That's right. I can feel it. I have this group of people, around 560 people, mostly women. I can say that 90% of them are women. They are talking about it. They have seen me talk about it, freely said that I'm in my period. I have bought this pad today for myself. And I started to see women are talking about it now. Those 500 something 60 or 70 women are talking about it. That's amazing. So you really are starting by yourself, and then others start to normalize it. It takes time. Changing deep set beliefs and make people feel more comfortable with these topics can take a lot of time and patience. It does. It's not easy, especially when faced with negative reactions, but it's important work that can make society more accepting and kind in the long run. So yeah, we do need more time and patience, and it takes time. But we still keep going. We still try to do it, and we repeat it every day. And like, it's like a practice, it's like a everyday practice. I go to the gym every day. It becomes a habit, and the first week is hard, but the second week is easier, and after a month, I become a gym brat. Keep going. This is the last thing. Despite the challenges, talking about period openly is a step towards breaking down stigmas and building a world where national bodily processes aren't seen as embarrassing or taboo. Your efforts are part of a bigger movement toward equality and understanding. Let's normalize that we women are in our period. Let's normalize it. Let's start it by ourselves. That's the only thing that I can say. I hope you've liked this podcast, and thank you for watching me. Hope you have a beautiful day.